Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Two Live Crew. That's your girl Trixie, your girl T Money, your girl First Lady Sasha, and the one and only Stick to the Script. We just want to welcome y'all again. Thanks for watching. Like we always tell you every week, we appreciate you all for watching. Now, click that like button and subscribe to the channel and share this with other people and leave some comments below for us to check out. I want to say what up, Joe, to everybody real quick. What up, Joe?
What up,
Doe? What up, though?
Y'all always leave me hanging on that. You know, I'm done. I'm I'm just kidding. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about our hood movie review, of course, and that is the movie All Day and a Night. And we're gonna be talking also about the new verses coming up, the new battle, and that would be Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. And we're gonna give some predictions of who we think is gonna take that home.
Ding, 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 ding.
What up? Money, let's get it cracking, baby.
You know, you got the two queens of neo soul.
Absolutely.
It's not a singing battle, I don't think, because that's not how they've been doing it. It's been kind of track for track. Now, interestingly enough, Jill Scott has had two boom boom 1-2 number one hits, but Erykah Badu has never had a number one hit. However, if I had to put my money on somebody, when you go hit for hit for hit with the culture, I think Erykah Badu go beat that behind. Even though I love Erykah Badu is about to put a whipping on her. But the thing is, do you guys remember Dave Chappelle's block party?
Yes, I remember.
A little bit of it, a little bit.
Oh, well, honey, okay. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu performed together in that. It was amazing.
Oh,
However, the chemistry was off. It was like divas fighting instead of we're doing this together. And there was also a point in that movie where if I didn't know any better, I would say Jill Scott threw some shade Erykah's way.
I really love that woman. We all have our own thing. That's the magic. That everybody comes with their own sense of strength and their own queendom. Mine could never compare to hers, and hers could never compare to mine.
So the host was like, are you concerned about going on after Erykah Badu? Jill was like,
Are you nervous you're gonna perform after her? I'm not saying, I'm just trying to get your feelings.
Have you ever seen me perform?
So I'm like, how is this gonna be? Like, have they made up over time or whatever? But there was a tension. And but both of these ladies are phenomenal. It's gonna be great. But I'm gonna put my money on Badu.
Well, I think different. Jill is my girl. She is that classy, sexy, social.
Did you say classy?
So classy, bougie, ratchet. Absolutely. I know she's done some ratchet stuff because I saw that last concert. But this is the difference between the two, between me. Jill, she has the voice. Now, Erykah, she's an entertainer, period. Now, Erykah Badu will put the show on. She got the stage all day. But Jill, she got the mic all night. I'm telling you. Jill will bury her.
But if they go track for track, song for song, hit for hit, who gonna take it?
I still think it's gonna be Jill.
Okay.
Her songs is just, it's on a whole different level from Erykah. Now I do like Erykah Badu music. I listen to it. But Jill got a whole different vibe. You can't even compare the two.
This battle is going to be a great one. I can't wait for this weekend. Something to do, something to sit down and be entertained. I'm not sure what to expect from both ladies. They phenomenal artists. They both have their songs that are, in our culture are hits, or with saying all that. If they gonna stick to just their songs, I would edge it out to Jill Scott. I wasn't sure what else they may. If Erykah might pull out something else, but I'm gonna go with Jill Scott on this one. I love that voice. From the first time I heard her first album, I was like, man, and it's still a classic. You got to pump it every so often. I'm gonna go with Miss Jill Scott.
You know who I'm gonna have to go with? I'm gonna have to go with my girl Jill Scott.
Yes.
Because you love me. It's special. Like, I can't sing, y'all. But anyway, boo, this person sucks.
Who sang that song? Who sang that song you was just singing?
It's unrecognizable.
Wow. The shade.
Girl, wait, let me tell y'all something. I've been in choirs like all my life. So
now you know what's the difference between being a choir member and a lead.
I'm about to hit you with it.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
I'm about to hit you with it.
First,
me
lady.
And my friends, it was some sisters, my best friend and her sisters and me. We had a little gospel group. So we would go and do the training and all of that. So we singing the songs and she giving everybody their part. You sing soprano, you sing alto. Then she got to me and she was like, you a contralto. I was like, contralto? Okay, mind you, I had no clue what contralto was.
I still don't know
I thought
what it is.
she made something up because I sounded that bad. I was like, what? What's a contralto? But contralto is a deep voiced woman, like a woman, but she sounds deep. So I do have a deep voice.
I thought that was baritone. That's not baritone.
You know what, T Money? We're gonna take this to the streets, okay?
No, I don't know. All right.
Like a Mahalia Jackson, that type of, like a deep.
Oh, look
rich.
at her. All right, so you Mahalia Trixie, get out of here.
Yep.
Right now.
Oh, no.
You don't move on up, I tell you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a woman of many talents.
Yes.
But I'm going to go with Jill because I just love her tone, her music, the way she operates, the way she move. And you said she worked the mic. She worked that mic. Put the clip in this. She worked the mic.
I can't call her Jill Scott no more. I'm going to call her Skill Scott. Jill, if you ever get tired of singing, baby, you need to teach a class. You need to be licensed by the state.
And I ain't saying she ain't classy, but that was like, oh.
Yeah.
She was just doing a tutorial. She was just doing a tutorial. That's all that was. That was informational for women out there. And it was a great thing. I appreciate the boy. Thank you, Miss Jill Scott.
You did.
The boy appreciated it amongst the other people. And she'll always be remembered as helping sisters
and
out.
Plus, she's an actress too.
Yeah,
so,
she is.
I mean, she's pretty good at it.
But let me ask you guys this, okay? Because I feel like I'm always the eyeball. How many Jill Scott albums have you purchased?
You know what? I haven't purchased the album since Guy was out.
Two or three. I know.
Since they first came out.
Wow.
I mean, I got iTunes.
So here's what. Right. Well, okay. Well, how many have you downloaded? How many CDs did you get from the CD man? Legally or illegally? Yeah, just how much of her music have you listened to?
I've done 2 albums.
I have playlists.
I know I've done 2.
2 albums.
Well,
see, an album is a body of work, guys. Like, I'm talking about the bodies of work. Now, I'll tell you, when I first heard Jill Scott's first album, I was like, who is that? I'll never forget it. I was at Eastern Michigan in my friend's apartment. He was going there. And he put on Jill Scott. I was like, who is this? No, just playing music.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just playing music. And he was a big music. And so,
all right.
But after that album, nothing else. It kind of went on to me, like nothing else.
Really?
Living my life like I'm golden was like,
girl, that's
was like my ringtone for years. But I feel like she never got on that level of that first album like a lot of artists do. Erykah Badu. How many albums of Erykah Badu has everybody purchased or downloaded or?
None, but
okay, so that's y'all don't qualify to even talk about this battle.
But I've listened to her music.
You guys are unqualified.
Did I download her music? That's something different. But I've listened to Erykah Badu's music.
Radio only,
purchased
right?
any of her music.
No,
radio
only.
Radio only.
I got the one with window seat on it.
Get a lot of radio
somewhere.
Worldwide Underground. Mama's Gun. You guys have not?
I haven't had that one, but I had the last one she did with window seat when she was walking through and she had the video for it.
Okay.
Right. But it's been a while since I listened to it because I mean, we're not gonna say Erykah doesn't have it. It's the same thing on Jill's side. It's like there are songs, the body of work might not hit like your classic album. Same thing with Erykah Badu. To me, people can say what they want, but I'm like, how many more songs over albums? Because I never hear them like, oh, that album. Now, Mama's Gun might be her album. Jill Scott is songs in E something, whatever it was called. Though they usually have albums. I think that's the similarity. Even though they're in the same genre, but I don't know if you ever are really breakout outside of us, a certain demographic, age group, culture like that. We'll see.
Okay.
Plus, Jill has been acting. I told you so. She needed time to do that. Okay.
Right. She was just taking a break, right?
She was just taking a break.
If you look at,
bring it.
I was gonna say, if we look at their resume, they both do the same thing.
I wonder if Erykah, how weird she gonna come like.
You know it's gonna be something.
What level of weird is she gonna bring? A couple candles.
How high is the hat gonna be? How high is the hat gonna be? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know what she gonna do, but I'm excited, and I'm gonna be looking for small hints of shade the whole time.
Jill said Queen shouldn't swing, but she about to take off her earrings and get her some
Vaseline. Bring the Vaseline and everything.
So we want to put money on it, though. So y'all want to put money on it?
I bet you.
Oh, look at her. Put that stimulus check down.
This should be some little wager. You stand by your artist.
Let's make that the wager.
You better find out my cash.
If Trixie lose, she has to sing a Mahalia Jackson song. How about that right there? Since she on that Mahalia level, I mean,
if she wins, she can sing a Mahalia Jackson song. Don't do us no favors, okay?
Be done. The shade.
She ready though. She ready.
It's gonna sound just like her.
And you putting that on everything you love, right?
Yep. From when she sang in The Imitation of Life, it's gonna sound just that movie, The Imitation.
Oh my god.
Sound just like her.
Okay. Have tears all in the on the
Yep. Y'all about to be falling out. That's it. All right. So let's get on to what we came here to do. It's the Hood Movie Review.
Hey man, get ready because it is time for the Two Live Crew Hood Movie Review.
We're gonna let First Lady Sasha give us a little synopsis of the movie.
It was a new movie. It started out May 1st on Netflix, all day and a night. It says, while serving life in prison, a young man looks back at the people, the circumstances, and the system that set him on the path toward his crime. I really got into it a little bit. It was, the way it was flipping, It reminded me a little bit about the movie Knock Knock that we were doing last week.
Right. You said you didn't like that.
Yeah,
the way that it goes back. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're in the finished product and then you go backwards, and in the process it was going back and forth. But I actually, some of the scenes, it was a little harsh for me, but sometimes it don't take a whole lot for me. But I did enjoy the movie. It put a lot into his story. And it was actually just, to me, sad because of some, like they said, the path that he had to take. And, sometimes you always think, especially with me being a single parent, you look at being a parent to a son, a black male, you want him to be a man, but then you be like, Lord, I do not want him to be a statistic. The movie is not only sad, but it's enlightening on some of the things that we contribute in our children, and not just our children, our community lives. It was a harsh reality, but I liked it.
What I noticed, at first I thought it was going to be a similar movie that I've seen before. And, I made sure I watched it once, and I was like, okay, and make sure I watched it again to catch everything that I may have questioned throughout the story. It did have a different point of view. I did enjoy the different flashbacks when they showed him as a kid and as a young man. The interaction with throughout his life with his friends and situations, where he's from, because that's where the story took place. Where he's from, he stayed in that same neighborhood. It wasn't any travel to any other countries or any other places in America. It was the same place, his own hood. I enjoyed it for the overall. I like to see where his character arc was. He started off one way, and he was beginning to, by the end of the movie, he began to change. So overall, I did enjoy the movie.
Of course, I really liked the movie. A few words that I wrote down. It was intense, it was violent, it was disturbing, it was heartbreaking, it was pain, it was savage, but there was redemption. Even in all of that. I look at the Netflix, like the, not poster, but the title, they have, the picture. What I noticed is that they have the young man. He's in a car. Well, he's practically a man. Basically, he's a man, I guess. So he's in a car, and in the mirror, not the mirror, but the window, you can see the reflection of him as a little boy. So I thought that was so interesting because he went through his life really from the position of that little boy. Okay, so he never really grew up like he was supposed to, like to be this man, because his parents only had so much that they could offer him and so much that they could do. And you do the best that you can as a parent, depending on how you were raised, and you put these things off on your children. But the sad thing is that the cycle that continues, and we're talking the Black community, the cycle that continues over and over and over and over again. And it's a sad thing. His father is trying to get him to become a man, but his father's ideal of being a man is not the thing that's going to make him successful in life or make him a better person. It will make you tough, because you have to be, if you're going to deal with people, but it made him hard. Everybody that was around him, all his friends, they all were doing the same thing. I will say one kid wanted more, he wanted to get out, but you see how that went. But the redemption part comes in, and I will not give it away, but I feel like although he had to do time, he came to a point where he could maybe forgive his father, because he had so much resentment against him. so much animosity. And it's bad enough that so many Black households do not have the father present. But when you do have a father present, they're abusive, they're doing drugs, they're doing all of these different things, like not setting the best example. So it seemed to me that he had forgiven his father and that he was willing to try to work on something. So that young man named the main character, Ja, he was in Moonlight, that was 2016. He was in The Retrieval, that was 2013, and he was in The Equalizer 2, 2018. And his name is Ashton Sanders. But every time I see him, it's like I feel like they just pulled him off the street. They like, hey, you'll do. You can, I'm not. I mean, he's cool, but he's so different. He's like just a different kind of actor. And
That's
I feel
like
yeah, I like him for that. But I feel like he's only gonna be in those type of roles though, like hood, gangster, this, that, or whatever. Yeah,
he's too
is
young.
He
he
is.
can, I've seen a lot of actors that start off like that, and they tend to gravitate and expand.
Yes. Yep. I really liked the movie though. It was a harsh reality of what actually goes on, like what men have to deal with, men, boys, all of that, So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it was a good movie. I think the acting was excellent. I think he's starting out. I think he about to kill the game, that young man, because like just his nonverbals are amazing.
Right.
Just the little things he does with his hands and where like stuff like that people don't think of. Like the director of the movie is Joe Robert Cole, co-writer of Black Panther. So it was just like, oh, you went from Black Panther to this, and I'm just saying, like, he probably has a lot of stories to tell. But even in the writing, like, my critique part is I kind of felt like it was a mix of a lot of movies I've seen before.
That's good.
I had a part where I was like, baby boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, baby boy. I had a part where I'm like, this is the new Menace to Society.
He said those words.
No, I'm real tiny too. When they did just what he had a friend in a wheelchair, so I was like, boys in the hood.
Straight out of Compton.
I was like, look, Chris. But
his boy reminded me of. I was gonna say his boy reminded me of Eazy-E, so
Yeah, it was just a lot of stuff.
Like, he's from Snowfall. You guys watch that?
Snowfall. I haven't.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh,
he's from Snowfall.
I didn't recognize him.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Snowfall.
There's a lot of familiarity. A lot of familiarity in it, but I still think it was good. The voiceovers I thought was a little too much. Like when I talked about before about not liking a movie to explain every little thing, he came with the voiceover. I ain't had to figure nothing out. He was gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying? And like how these different things, like how those different things affected his life. But that was Menace to Society. They had a voiceover all the way through too, but we could have figured out that, well, I'm not going to say certain things, but there was some stuff I didn't have to figure out because he just told me. Like, even just with the, like, just say, just a part of the movie, he experienced a little racism or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A little discrimination. It wasn't nothing you had to say. He explained it in a voiceover. I'm like, you didn't need to tell me that. I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But what he did say was, it hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's like small little cuts. So it ain't nothing, but it's a small little cut and it hurts.
That was impactful though.
Yeah, it was impactful.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. Let's see, we can get a movie Fagos or whatever. And I'm rating our budgeted films like Netflix and all that a little different than I would rate
so we're not giving them
filmmakers.
Fagos?
No, we still give. They still give Fagos.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is something, I think I watched it twice. I think I might even watch it again. I don't know. It was a long movie, you know what I'm saying?
It was.
And I don't know if the pacing was slow or if they could have took out some scenes, so maybe some stuff didn't develop all the way or whatever. But to me, when you say a day and a night, that's telling me it's like a day in a life film. Like, this is what happened that day. in that night. So maybe that's what it was or whatever. But yeah, South Central. I forgot to throw that in there with the whole prison daddy thing. It was that too.
Right.
It was all your favorite hood movies.
Hustle and Flow.
Pushed in one. Oh, Hustle and
Oh, yes.
But he actually said the words from Baby Boy. You gonna choose him over me?
Yeah, he actually.
Mama? Like, okay, that's the exact word.
Right.
I'm trying to be Ben Rain. I'm trying to look like you.
Oh boy.
So it seems like it wasn't that creative because of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if I was in the writer's room, I had to be like, no, we can't say that. They already said that in Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta say, mother, he's more important than I.
But speaking of the music and the hustle and flow, I kind of thought he had a nice little flow about him.
He did, but that was his one song. Like he had that one rap like throughout the whole.
He had
Did he
two,
have
I
another
think,
one?
but he sung that one the most. Like that was his hit, you know. What
yeah, from a kid. Like he started that as a kid.
Oh, I didn't know that was the same one.
Oh, it was. I was trying to listen. I was like, is it the same?
I'm like,
song?
man, this song go way back.
And it seemed like they had original music in there. Like, you know, it wasn't nothing I heard on the radio before, but I was like, it was sounded like Detroit rap a little bit to me, like whatever Oakland or wherever they from. I like they got the kind of same vibe a little bit, but that was me. I thought the music was nice. So if I had to give it a little Fagos and such, 3.5, 4. I'm gonna give it 4. I'm gonna give it 4 Fagos because I thought that acting was great. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 5.
Did you put anger on your list, Trixie?
On my list?
Did you put anger on there?
I did not, but that's
all over the place. Honey, yes, how could you miss that? It was all over the place.
Yes,
because you know, anger stems so many different things.
Yeah,
just angry. Really did enjoy the movie. I would give it 4.5.
Okay.
Only because it's sad, but it was true, but it was touching and it was enlightening to me.
I'm gonna give it 4. Blueberry, Fago. I did enjoy the movie. It did. That's probably why when I watched it the second time, I connected to it better. So I didn't know what happened exactly because I may have
you weren't listening to the voiceovers, obviously.
No. It was. I did miss like maybe 2 of them that dealt with that situation. But you know, all the other ones, like you said, they were repetitive. And then and you know, the other one that he kept saying was you know, even though we were in slavery, it taught us how to survive, but it didn't teach us how to live. And you know, those were key things, as well as when he was talking to the cop or when he talked to the judge, you know, just dealing with the law. I never felt free. I was never born free, so I don't know what that feels like. So those type of things, when you're, you know, a man, a black man, those things stick out. And you tell your other brothers, like, do you ever feel that way? So those type of things stick with you with this type of movie. I enjoyed the movie. You know, we didn't get a lot of songs. We used to the soundtrack. The only time they played multiple songs was a certain scene where he was explaining, walking down the street with his boy during the night scene, which we saw. And then at the end, you heard one of the more popular artists. He was singing at the very end of the movie when the credits came up. So those were the only things about the song. But so got my 4. It's got my 4 Blueberry Fagos.
Okay.
Red Pop 5. I enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification button so you can find out when we're uploading more videos. We thank you guys again for watching, and we appreciate it. And we hope to come back with some more interesting content. We're gonna do it. So I want to say peace out. It's your girl Trixie. It's the real Tanya, aka T Money, First Lady Sasha, and stick to the script. And don't forget, we got a friendly wager going on about who's gonna win that versus battle. So when Jill wins, T Money, I'll send you my cash. Yeah.